Welcome back to KDKA. We got Sophie,
Haley,
Simi,
and Jennifer.
How are we feeling out there, fellas? Are we fried or fresh? No worries, because we have a good program for you. Today's first story will be about something that is happening these exact days. In Tennessee, Dayton to be more precise, have the trial of a simple high school teacher, John Scopes, begun. Before we're getting ahead of ourselves, let's get some background information on this, shall we? In March, earlier this year, the governor of the state of Tennessee, Austin Peay, passed the Butler Act, a law to protect and preserve the words taught by the Bible. No longer is it legal to teach about the newest discovered facts and theories about our universe and existence, also known as evolution, as it questions the truth within the Bible. But this movement for the importance of religion did not start this March. Many people these days have been fearing for their religious beliefs, morals, and literacy of the Bible. In 1910, the people known as the Fundamentalists released a book called The Fundamentals. In the book, it is mentioned how the last 10 or 20 years have been marked by a determined assault upon the truth of the virgin birth of the Christ. The law in Tennessee have been received mixed. Some are happy and relieved that their faith is protected, while others see this as a barrier, not being able to learn, question, and understand. Although the law was more of a guideline, presenting evolution as a theory and not a fact in the classroom, it is heavily discussed. Okay now, back to the teacher. John T. Scopes, a normal teacher, is getting persecuted for teaching about Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. In the heated rooms of the court, have it allegedly been reported that not only is it about whether he taught against the Bible or not, but about American standards and freedom. As it is right now, since there is evidence of him writing and teaching about the subject, it looks like $100 fine. Of course, we will return to this story when more news about it comes out.
Fine, back to the loveliness of glistening teeth. Spend only 25 cents today on a large tube. Get back to your natural health. Don't be a sap and spend heavy sugar to be a hip of the jive. Use Colgate's Ribbon Dental Cream.
Hey listeners, for our second story of the day, I'll be spitting about one of the lost generational writers, Sherwood Anderson. For those of you who don't know who he is, I'll share some background. He was an American novelist and a short story writer known for subjective and self-revealing works. His appealing style influenced many other writers, including Willa Cather, Henry James, Ernest Hemingway, and William Faulkner. In 1912, Anderson got an advertising job in Chicago and remained there until he began to earn enough from his published work to quit. Winesburg, Ohio, 1919 was his first mature book and made his reputation as an author. Its related short sketches and tales are told by a newspaper news shock narrator who is emotionally shocked by the people he describes. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Anderson just published his new book called Poor White. Sounds ducky, huh? Basically, it tells a story about an inventor known as Hugh McVey who rises from poverty while living on the Mississippi River. Born in 1866, Hugh grew up in a small Missouri town working at a station loading baggage for a railroad station. It's available for purchase at your local Carnegie Library. That's the cutoff. Alright, and our next topic is going to be
baseball! We are now going to take us to last night's baseball game where we saw Babe Ruth, the true great Bambino, call his home run shot. Ruth had everyone on their dogs last night during Game 3 of the World Series at the Cubs Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois. Babe was in the count 2 balls and 2 strikes when he called his shot. Ruth was facing pitcher Charlie Root when he pointed 2 fingers to the center field fence and blasted a 490-foot shot, a true unreal sock dogger. The Yankees went on to win the game 7-5 after Babe Ruth had set the table.
Up next, switching to our beloved Big Cheese president, who's of the United States, Herbert Hoover, an egg, a mining engineer, a humanitarian, U.S. Secretary of Commerce. Sounds pretty busy, huh? Okay, enough with the punch in the bag. The baby grand, our president, also longed for more than just dough. The First World War gave him a chance to serve the public. Hoover wanted to govern in Theodore Roosevelt's radical tradition and stay true to his wishes. He has devoted his first 8 months of the start of his presidency to a variety of social, economic, and environmental improvements. Hoover sounds really determined and the complete opposite of a dewdropper. But back onto the story. Ever since the crash of our stock market just a few months ago, Hoover has become increasingly concerned with the deterioration of our American economy. He has now created a new organization like the Federal Farm Board, the Federal Drought Relief Committee, and the Corporation for Reconstruction Finance, which all helps with the regaining control of the stock market. Hoover has gained the reputation of master of emergencies, which is pretty accurate, but it plummeted in the face of the rising employment. Sounds like a great man doing his best, doesn't he? But now I gotta hop off as our story now comes to an end. Thank you KDK listeners for listening today, and stay fried and fresh.